again, folks. I don't know if anybody's watching. I hope the stream's working. Appreciate everybody tuning in today. Switch back to the proper app here. And we'll check to see how we do from a stream perspective. So, welcome in, everybody. Hopefully it don't make you stick with that angle. I may need to stop and readjust it some. Headed out to the Nashville Zoo today. I hope everything's working. This is a completely and totally new setup that I have. It's completely different than anything I've used before when it comes to streaming, so we will see if it's going to work at all. It could be an ugly day when it comes to streaming. It may not. I just don't know. But I'll keep an eye out as much as I can on the stream. I'm hoping at some point somebody will actually join so that I can get some feedback, but we will see. I did confirm that we are live. I will double check because I'm going to stop here and readjust the camera. I have somebody behind me. Come around me, dude. Stop here for a second to be able to readjust the camera, but I also want to come. Oh, this may be a dead spot. Let's see here. Ooh, that was not what I wanted to do. Okay, so it does look like we're live. Okay, yeah, we're live. Oh, there may be some very interesting technical problems today. Let me see if I can get you guys a little bit more forward so that you're not quite as sick. Okay, pulling out now. But yeah, so it's a completely and totally different setup than from what I am normally running. I have historically used Prism Studio on my mobile device just to send straight to YouTube. The biggest problem I had with it was that when you go, if you lose connection, you just kind of get the boring, refresh problem. You get kind of the issues when it comes to the buffering, where you guys just kind of hang from your perspective. And a lot of the other folks out there have a lot of different nice overlays that they have as well. So I kind of wanted to try out today. This is mainly just to check to see the kind of status with using OBS. So I'm sending the signal straight into OBS into my home computer and running from there with also different software. I'm not using Prism. I'm using IRL Pro. So we will see how it goes. The chat overlay is also different, so my ability to be able to see the chat may also be hampered to a certain extent. Like right now, it's saying I have no one viewing and there's no chats at all, so we will see. I'm using Stream Ninja for the overlay. I did test it this morning and it did look like it was working, so we will see. But I'll periodically just kind of double check the chat and see what's up with that. The overlay is pretty nice. It's just I haven't used it to be confident enough in it that it's working. But taking you guys along to the Nashville Zoo today. They open at 9 o'clock Central Time, so that's 10 o'clock Eastern Time. So, okay, car, I guess you're in the intersection, so go ahead and go. People apparently in Tennessee don't know what a stop bar is, but I think that's everywhere. But so we'll see how it goes. It's probably just going to walk around the Nashville Zoo a little bit, and then we'll call it. We'll see how the signal does. But the main thing, going back to that, and the main reason I wanted to pipe through OBS is now if for some reason the stream gets interrupted from my phone, it's going to automatically switch to a waiting screen for you guys so that it won't disconnect the stream. I won't have to restart the stream in any way. I shouldn't, unless my home internet goes down. I shouldn't have to restart the stream, force you guys to switch to another YouTube video or anything like that. It should just pick back up right where it is. It also would give me the ability long term to be able to pretty easily switch phones during the middle of a stream, so I could pretty quickly just go, you know, this phone's overheating, let me switch out, I'll get this other phone and we'll pull it off. So this is interesting, someone riding their bike on the wrong side of the road, on the blind curve. So again, we'll see how it goes. I do also like the IRL Pro app, does a much better job of staying open and staying persistent with its stream, so I should be able to kind of close out the window and double check the actual YouTube video to see if there's any chats there, anything like that. So again, we'll see. Don't know how it'll go, don't know what ultimately will happen. I did have some issues getting it started this morning because I had the way YouTube is set up with the stream keys, and I know Bad Theme Park Giant had issues with this before as well. I started it, and it started, but it didn't really start. It kind of started somewhat pseudo, so I couldn't see it in studio to start it manually. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I am also in the truck today, which the truck does not have air conditioning, and you know, we may be in Tennessee, so it may not be Orlando heat, but it's hot. Just mentioning that it's hot. So it'll be a roasty toasty day for us in Nashville as well. But again, just headed on our way to the zoo. Should be there in about 15 minutes or so. So I'm expecting I'll still be early. We do live on the south side of Nashville, and the zoo is on the south side as well. So thankfully, I don't have to go too far to get there. But we'll see what the day brings. I really just plan on mainly just going to the zoo. And then we'll call that it, because again, this is really more just a test. Didn't intend to do anything crazy streaming day today. This is just a test to see how this new setup works and if it's going to be viable at all. The biggest worry that I have ultimately is that as the setup is today, if I had a problem while I was at Disney, I wouldn't be able to easily get access directly to my home computer, so I'd kind of be in a trouble spot. Now it's pretty easy to set up this app to just push straight to YouTube, and you can set it up not to auto close, but again, it kind of loses the main functionality of what I was looking for. So there's definitely some pieces that I still have to get figured out from that perspective. But we'll see. We're on our way. Should be there pretty shortly. Appreciate anybody that's following along, watching along. Definitely encourage, send me a chat message so that I know that there's actually someone watching. Oh, no. Or that my chat's working. Again, I'll double check it when I get to the zoo, but I'm going to do that while I'm driving. I've got the phone pretty well affixed up there, and hopefully it's not, I think it's a little bit crooked, but hopefully it's not too bad from a viewpoint for watching. Again, I also don't really know what the quality is going to be like, so that's also part of kind of the test, is to see, and I'll have to go back and re-watch it. Does the video break up or pixelate or have any issues as I'm going? I know driving is not a good kind of streaming test. So hopefully walking around the zoo will be a little bit better. I do also have a new gimbal it's not really a new gimbal. It's a gimbal I picked up that was cheap, that I kind of plan to use as a backup. But for today, I figured, you know, while we're testing the world, let's go ahead and test the world from that perspective. So we will see again how the day goes. Probably again won't go very long. I'm a little bit tired today. We went to go see whatever. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. Nashville driving. Yeah, I don't know what was going on here. But we went to go see the new Jurassic World movie last night. It's awful. Yeah, it was pretty bad. You know, the Jurassic World movies, the first one, you know, was good, it had the nostalgia factor. After that, it kind of went downhill. But that was our evening last night, so it was a relaxing evening after movie time. But I think the movie, it was fun to go see a movie. We don't go see a lot of movies. It's something I used to do a lot in my previous life, in my pre-marriage life. I went to see a lot of movies, and I went to see a lot of really bad movies because I had the unlimited movie pass movie thing, so I did kind of a movie every night just about. I was going to see 4 or 5 movies a week, and you know, again, went to see Jurassic last night. It wasn't a Disney movie, but yeah, it was bad. We thought about the Fantastic Four movie is out, and we thought about it, but it didn't fit up with our time to be able to do that, so we didn't. But again, it does look like there might be people watching now. Welcome in. Hello. Definitely encourage. I don't know if I can see the chat or not. I will have to check it here in a little bit. Theoretically, the chat overlay should be working, so if you say hi, you should be able to see it. But appreciate you guys coming in and joining. We are on our way to the Nashville Zoo. It opens at 9 o'clock Central Time, so I am in the Central Time Zone, so that's 10 o'clock Eastern. I'm hoping I'm going to be getting there pretty close to opening. It's a little bit of a cloudy day in Nashville, but you know, because of the cloudiness, it might be a little bit cooler, so there may be a lot more people there. I did get a little bit of a delayed start today with my new setup that I have. I had some issues making sure that the stream had actually started, so now that I do think it's actually started, I appreciate anybody watching in and kind of checking in, seeing what's going on. We'll be at the zoo here in maybe another 5 or 10 minutes. It just depends on the lights as we come down Nolensville Road in Nashville. This is one of kind of the main artery roads on the south side of town. But the zoo has been located in this location for a long time now. I think close to 30 years. It used to be north of town, and then it moved to the Grassmere location. It's a little bit south, and they've continued to grow since then. We'll see if we hit everything today at the zoo. The zoo's not, you know, it's not a type zoo that you can't do it all in one day. It's really, I would say, more of a 2 or 3 hour to hit everything if you're taking your time. However, I will say my wife and I are zoo snobs, so we're not overly big fans of the Nashville Zoo. There are a lot of other zoos that we like a whole lot more, but Nashville being the one that's close to us, we do make it to it pretty often. But we'll see what we see. Again, the Nashville Zoo has a decent amount to offer. But we'll try to see. They do have a new, so the big thing that's kind of the reason I was going is they do have a new cat area. I can't remember what type of big cat it is, but they've been working on it for a couple years, and it did open up a couple of weeks ago, so that was kind of my main purpose for coming today, was getting to see it and show it off. Rebecca and I have been talking about coming for the last several weeks, but you know, it's hot, and mornings and hot are not her thing, so that's why I told her, I was like, you know, I'm just going to go ahead and go. I'll stream it that way. If she wants to watch it, she can. But that'll be up to her. So we'll get there. We got a couple more lights to go, and then we'll pull in. There is a little bit chance of rain, not a lot. When I looked yesterday, the first app that I pulled up said a 0% chance of rain. And then it kind of threw me, because then kind of everything changed, and now today it's saying like 7, 8, 9, 10% chance of rain. Now that's still not a very high percentage, so I'm not too worried about rain, but we'll see. But thanks again for coming along with us, hanging out, seeing what's going on. Should be there in a second. Couple minutes. Seconds, not a real measure of time, but should be there in a couple minutes. Couple more lights in. know, I started this channel mainly to kind of document the Disney trips that we were taking this year. However, we kind of have a hiatus, unfortunately, and that's why I still wanted to stream something again, just to test out the new setup. But I did want to stream something instead of not having anything streaming. So kind of doing Nashville non-Disney streams. I think, you know, long term, I expect our Disney annual pass runs out at the end of this year. I expect we will not renew, and I expect we'll go back to a little bit more of the travels we've done historically that have been zoos, aquariums, cities, kind of traveling around, and I kind of hope to still be able to do some live streaming from that. So we will kind of see how that goes again long term. But we do have a couple trips coming up back to Disney. It's way too long away because it's the end of September. I keep thinking it's the end of August, but it's the end of September. We will be back for a bit. I think we have a full week and a half that we'll be back at Disney, so I'll be streaming as much of that as I can, and then after that we'll be back about once a month for at least a couple days through December, and then we'll see what happens. We don't have anything planned for the new year yet. We don't know what the new year will bring, but we will see what happens from that perspective. But we'll see. I don't know. The streaming is kind of fun just because it gives you a little bit more of interaction with people. It also, and something I've said on the other streams that I've had, it also helps us catalog, you know, kind of the trips we take. It's always something you can go back and watch any point in time. So if there was something cool that you wanted to see. So it's the leopard forest that is the new thing at the Nashville Zoo. So we'll plan on seeing that today. I do want to see because I really don't want to go in the parking garage, or do I? The truck is not good in the parking garage. It's a bit big, so I usually try to get just a surface level lot, but it would be cooler in the garage is part of the challenge. I should have done the garage, but I don't know, we'll see. We're going to just follow everybody else, come down here and grab a spot. The zoo doesn't open for another 15 minutes, so we'll probably hang out here, check to make sure that the integrated chat is working. We'll play around a little bit. I do not remember if the zoo has any Wi-Fi or not. That's going to be kind of a point of contention for the day. I do generally try to make sure that I'm using as much Wi-Fi as possible. Let's see if we can get into one of these spots down here. Okay, I guess you're going to come down this direction. I'm like, that technically is not a reserved spot. Just trying to find me a decent spot where I'm not going to be boxed in or have issues coming out. On a spot. Yeah, no AC in the truck, so we also probably won't hang out in the truck very long from here, just because, again, no AC. In the spot. I think I'm in the spot. We'll see how the spot goes. But appreciate you guys again joining in. It'll take me a couple minutes to get the gimbal set up and things, but we still have 15 minutes before actual entry. Again, using a new gimbal for today. I do have the old gimbal with me in my bag, mainly because I wanted to have the option just in case, because you never know what's going to happen. Always be prepared. I was not a Boy Scout, but it's kind of an important piece from that perspective. Okay, so that's there. I can't figure out which side is up on this gimbal. That way. Alright. Alright, and I should be back now on the gimbal. And that was also kind of a test, because I also wanted to test here real quick just to see. Okay, it looks like I'm back now. Cool. Alright, now I am going to play a little bit here, so you guys hang on for a minute because the phone has gotten very, very hot while I was driving. So I'm going to turn it down some. Everything's steep. Getting a little bit cooled off, so I've got this little fan here because again the truck doesn't have AC, which I just want to go ahead and turn it off. Truck doesn't have AC, so heat is always a problem. Pull my screen brightness down a little bit because I'm actually okay at the moment. Again, we'll be going here in just a couple minutes into the Nashville Zoo, just getting parked and situated. I'm not the best with being overly prepared with stuff, so I'm going to get my fan off now, and I will get my bag and things, get my keys clipped on, and we'll go ahead and head out and head that direction. So far, it does look like the chat overlay is working. Don't have anybody chatting, but it does look like the chat overlay is working. We do have it didn't disconnect the stream, so that's good. So I'm gonna jump out. Again, I have not used this gimbal at all, so bear with me. So the Nashville Zoo recently finished a renovation for the parking garage back here. And they've done a lot of renovations to update things, but not as much to the animals. Sorry, again, I've got to adjust the gimbal around, so you guys may be having lots of fun when it comes to gimbal problems. And there are lots of people just hanging out up here. I would not have expected it to be, again, a super busy day. Try to focus as much on the animals and make sure not to invade people's privacy and get people in the picture, but you know, that's how it goes when you're live streaming. You're going to incidentally get people in it. Okay, looks like this is just a big group of people. Take a look, there's the zoo sign. Over here and hang out for a minute or two. Oh, there must be some sort of event going on. So I guess that's the event. So there's an event. So we still have 10 minutes. We'll play around a little bit here just to see. Again, I can't remember if there's any. And actually, we're going to come over here into the shade. Ugh, can I get underneath the plant to be in the shade? Yes, I can. Oh, so it's actually a nice kind of... Okay, it does look like there is some guest Wi-Fi here. It may not be very good, but we do have guest Wi-Fi, so that's a good thing. So we'll see how the bonding does. I know there is a built-in bonding into this app to be able to send it, so again, the things that I don't know about, but appreciate anybody that's in. Again, the zoo opens in about 10 minutes, so I'm about 10 minutes early. That's just kind of my MO when it comes to that. I'm an early bird, so I'm usually everywhere a couple of minutes early. See, I don't think this gimbal has any controls. Let's go back to the front here. Hey guys. So yeah, we'll see how the day goes. I did forget my hat, but I think since it's going to be overcast, it should be okay. Now granted, I'm like in this plant currently, but we'll see how this goes. I'll probably wait a couple minutes. I may run to the potty before we go in, which means I'll turn you guys off for a couple moments, but it does look like we do have some Wi-Fi at the zoo, so this will be again a good test for the drops and that type thing. It is a little bit difficult to be able to check, you know, if we're running or not. So I do have a live check in here, which I don't think you guys can see this. If you can, sorry. But it kind of pulls up the DisneyStreams.com site so that I can see, you know, if I'm showing up there and if I'm live, which I do see my little icon up there, and I do see at least it looks like it's trying to load. Now granted, loading multiple YouTube streams while on a stream is not always the best, probably the best policy when it comes to that. So, but again, guys out a little bit here further. I'm like in this tree, there's a sitting area, and they trimmed the bushes to where like little kids wouldn't have a problem. And my head is, as long as there's not any bugs in the tree, I'm okay with it, because it is nice and cool. The natural cool down. Go back to here. There we go. So we'll see how it goes. Again, this is mainly a test of the day, but we'll walk you guys around the. I don't know why that's now not coming up at all, but I don't know. But we'll walk you guys around the Nashville Zoo. We'll see kind of what happens. Again, I do like the IRL Pro app that I'm using, mainly just because I'm not getting a YouTube count number here. Hold on. Hang on, guys. OBS still has me. Just be issues with being on the Wi-Fi right here. Hoping. Because the screen should have been pretty stable from my home connection. Yeah, hold on, let me kill Wi-Fi real quick. We may or may not be having issues. they look to be back. Yeah, I had some issues with the OBS connection, so I think we're punting on the OBS connection, which unfortunately kind of defeats some of the purpose of what I was trying to do. I don't exactly know what's going on with OBS, and I don't have full access to the computer, so the issue with that is that it's just an issue, so. But it does look like we are live again. Let me double check over here. Yep, okay. So we are running. So we are running again. They have opened up now, the zoo, but I'm gonna wait until it slows down, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, had technical issues already this morning with OBS. It was kind of one of the things I worried about, because it's like the real world testing of OBS is kind of hard without going out into the field. And then the problem is I don't have a good remote connection set up to my home computer. So it's kind of hard to be able to do it from that perspective. Good grief, people just keep coming in. I guess I should have lined up at the gate down here. Looks like there are 2 lines here. So. Visible here. It's also interesting because now that I'm not sending to OBS via SRT, the bandwidth is moved up a whole lot. So we'll see. I don't know. It's kind of a weird, it just all of a sudden stops. So I'm assuming my internet at home connection may have dropped with the amount of bandwidth, but we'll see. But we're actually at the zoo now, so welcome along. It's going to be hot in the sun. We're going to be staying in the shady area. Or trying as much as we can to stay in the shady areas, we'll say it that way. Roast and toasty today. Zoo member. Perfect. Just myself, thank you. The joys of they don't do membership cards anymore, so I have my QR code printed on a giant piece of paper. And macaws are always good at the Nashville Zoo. Go ahead and attempt to turn Wi-Fi back on just in case it wants to sniff the Wi-Fi, but I am going to put the weight of it pretty low. Hyacinth McCall. Santa cranes. I got some Santa cranes here.
Oh, be careful, please. Yeah. Falling into that would not be a fun.
Let's see if I can get out of the crowds. I kind of was really hoping that there wouldn't be super big crowds since I was here right at opening, but apparently that was a failure. But you win some, you lose some. So I don't know, like, so far the gimbal seems to be doing okay. I don't do much very fancy gimbal stuff when it comes to gimbaling. I do kind of wish the OBS connection, and I may test it again later just to see if I can get it running again. I think my main issue is that I can still connect to it at the house, but for some reason it's not connecting to YouTube was my problem. But I did end up with a duplicate stream key error, which may be some of my problem as well. I should have set up a new dedicated stream key for each and every single stream. It's just a little bit hard because you can't change the stream key from OBS. So, let's see. But, let's just see if we can see the givens. They probably would be really hard for you guys to see. We'll come back to the givens on the way out. I do want to make sure that we get up to the new leopard forest area. Yeah, so I guess there's a conference of some sort going on. And so there's some extra stuff. Now, the Nashville Zoo has a really, really good kids' play area. That's, I guess, been one of their more claims to fame. We won't go walk around in there. Obviously, don't have children, don't need to. But they've got a big jungle gym area. They've got a whole bunch of stuff that's really cool. Some koi. And the koi's on. But they do have a really cool kids area. That's going to be part of the private camp. It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's just a public splash zone. Festival Field, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. It doesn't even look like it's a paid. It looks like it's just a normal, which is not normal for the Nashville Zoo. It's usually been one of our complaints is that you're a member, you get in, but everything else you're paying for. Whew. You do get a good workout at the Nashville Zoo. Now I will say, for those that are watching the streams at Disney, it's hot today, but it's definitely not as hot as it would be in Orlando, so. But straight up to the leopard forest, and then we'll see. Oh, hey, look, the Fossa bot is working. So, there's a whole bunch of YouTube chat bots out there. I just kind of like the whole idea of the Fossa, because it's Fossa. But, I don't know. It just was a fun thing. It's interesting because that auto is working, but the other auto ones I have are not. Let's see, we're going to come back down to the lower sheet landing. I don't actually know if they'll let me go in there with the gimbal. I know they have a whole thing about bags. They don't want you to go in there with bags, which has always been kind of annoying because you always have a bag. But, Africa, living in balance. I'm assuming that the vet center, we'll make the walk up to the vet center after, because I do want to get to the new leopard forest first. in the grass, so it's going to be a lot of walking and walking backwards. So we got the Red River Hogs coming up. They're usually either sleeping in their den or not visible. Does not look like they're visible today. We have the rhinos on the right. Let's see if we can see any of the rhinos. So, guys, this is one of the problems that we have with the Nashville Zoo. You don't always see a lot of animals. I do see one back there. There's one back here behind the tree. Over. So we can see one back there. There are a whole bunch of them, and they're usually together, so. He's back there hanging out. Yeah, I see some further back there. There is more viewing, or there used to be more viewing from the giraffe side. We will see. But again, I'm kind of rushing through some of these because I want to make sure that I get to the leopard forest before it gets super busy. Since this is their big new thing. But okay. So the leopard forest. We will see. Up on the tree. See if we see any of them. That's going to be the big key, at least for me. So this is DeBrazza's monkey. There he is. Hey, buddy. A pretty good little viewing spot here. So back when we used to go to the zoos and I had the 360 camera, if I had it on the selfie stick, the monkeys were usually always very interested. He's just over there chilling. Just hanging out. Oh, so then we do have another rhino viewing spot here. I don't see any. So we'll kind of keep going. Some educational kind of placards and things. Okay, so there's another angle of the monkey viewing on this side. So you would be able to see him pretty much wherever he is. You'd be able to see him pretty well. Like here he comes this direction. I'll come over here. Oh, there's another one I missed. Hey, buddy. Go ahead and move on. We have to come back this direction anyway. The Nashville Zoo is not known for its good design choices, so you come up here, you go to the giraffes, you have to come back. Unless they've crazily changed it, which I guess that's possible, but not in my expectations. So this is all new. This decking, why we don't believe in straight lines and everything is boxed off, I don't know, but alright. I'm guessing this is the Asian leopards. I don't see them. Let's see if we can come around. It does look like there's a lot of good viewing. And more leopard. Okay, so who is it that's supposed to be out here at the moment then? There's the sun. Looks like he's chasing some. So he has just walked out of frame to the left. See if he paces back this direction or not. If I go around the edge, there he is. Right behind
this
me.
is a big company this will be opened up in June. So we haven't had a cut on the leopard. We got a cut on the
It's a pretty good viewing area. It is shaded back in here, so you don't get too much glare depending on the time of day.
It's right up from the kangaroo pickleball. Have you seen a kangaroo yet?
Just back there facing. Alright, I'm going to see what the side viewing area is. And there's the walkover, so that's where he'd be able to walk over. There he goes.
I think he wants me.
I'll come pace back around here in a second. Looks like we found his main track here. Yeah, there he is.
Oh, there he is.
So he'll come back around here in just a second. We'll get a good view of him.
Can you see it, Mikey? Yeah?
Oh, he's coming this way. I think he's going to come over here and turn around right here, this little pad. Oh, no, he's going to keep going straight.
Oh, he made a turn back there. He decided to reverse pace. He'll do another turn, see if he comes back. Here he comes. As long as he doesn't do a reverse, he should be okay. He's going to do a reverse that way. Maybe he'll turn from that. Nope. Now, he had paced this direction a minute ago, so we'll give him a second. No rush. Here he comes. Here he comes. So it's definitely a pretty good viewing area. I would say definitely good viewing. Looks like we've got some colors. There he is. Up here in the back. Got a colobus back here. He's jumping around. There's another one down here at the front right that's a little bit closer, but he's not really active. Let's see if we can get a... Well, he's trying to get stuff out of the food container. See him there. Oh, and he's off. And there's another one. So there are 3 of them, so it would be a decent amount of activity. There's at least 3 of them. So definitely a decent amount of activity would be coming on. We get to come up here and see the giraffes, which is something that has not been visible at the Nashville Zoo in several years now, because when they started this construction, they shut off this area so you couldn't get up here. Ooh, and there's now... Okay, so there's an exhibit over here on the left instead of a little stand, so we'll see. I guess let's go ahead and go up. And we'll see if we can see the rhinos from up here, and then we have a viewing of the giraffes on the other side. Now, the giraffes are notorious either for staying in the very back of the exhibit, so we likely won't be able to see the giraffes. And it looks like they have the grass high, so that we're not... Let's see, is it cut? No, there's a little cut. Oh, I see a rhino butt. Oh, here's one. One pretty close. There we got a rhino. They're usually all pretty close to each other, so the fact that they're spread out throws me a little bit. Mr. Rhino hanging out here. Alright, let's go over and take a look at the giraffe. Gamma graphs, I'm expecting them to be in the back corner. Usually where they like to hang out. Yep. All back there eating on something. You guys may not even be able to really see them that well. We're going to do some crazy zoom in here. You can kind of see them all back there. The one challenge though typically if we have with the giraffes is they're way back there. Okay. I'm trying to see what this is back here. They used to have, so during COVID, they had this gate open back here, and there used to be a path that you could actually loop around the back side. It was so nice. Alright, let's see. Solid renovations. Yeah, so this is going to be where the spring rock will be. It's the little deer guys. They don't even have it in the... I'm trying to remember. My wife would know what the other thing is, just based on the feet, because you can see the feet in the picture. But it is a nice little area back here that's got an extra exhibit. So it's, I guess there were 4 new exhibits kind of on this trail that didn't exist before. So I mean that's a pretty decent number. Can't really see on the screen. I was trying to check temperature because this app again also has some extra things like it'll show you phone temperature and others. Let's take another look at the cannabis. Just hanging out over there. Kind of see him right in the middle of your screen. And there's another one up in the top corners, but there's nobody really close enough. Let's come over here and see if he's pacing around still. There he is. He's still pacing around. Hang out here in the shade for a second, see if he paces back around this direction again. Here he's coming. See if he comes this direction. Comes all the way.
Get him, Troy. Go ahead, go.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll say this area is pretty good. I do, the backtracking trail is still usually my frustration, but this area is pretty good. I mean, it's well designed with the actual exhibits to be able to see things, which is not true of a lot of the Nashville Zoo exhibits. There's a little bit of a couple pinch points here, like walking through here, because I'm like, if the leopard was out and people wanted to see him, it would be kind of tight. I'm also still surprised, again, with Nashville Zoo and their lack of bathrooms. So there are no bathrooms up here on this top side of the hill. So I'm like, if you needed to run to the restroom, you got to go back to where we came in, just about. But walk down, we'll take another look at the other monkeys. Can't remember what they were. And then we'll head up the hill to the vet clinic area. Don't always go up there, but since you guys are with me, we'll take you up there. We'll try to do the whole thing. Oh, he's over here posing. And he's going to run away right when I come over here, of course. He was posing for people, huh? You kind of see him through there. We did get a pretty good look at him earlier. Yeah, I got the butt view there, so we'll skip that. Alright, do we want to go up to the vet center? I think we're going to skip the vet center. It's a hot day, and it's only going to get hotter. Let's skip it for today. Maybe that'll be a once it gets cooler. Definitely once it gets cooler, we'll come to the zoo more often and probably stream some, maybe. But right now, it's just so hot. So we're going to come down this direction and we'll take the loop around. This is going to be a hot walk loop. But that's how it goes. It's funny that they still have the pad out here, so that was from the ice skating that they did for the nighttime lights event in January, and I guess they're just not going to change it up. We do have the Adventure 4D experience, never done it, not going to pay for it. I don't know if it's any interesting or not. It's a small little theater, so it's nothing over the top exciting. Again, heat's definitely hot. It's not Florida heat, though. It is not Florida heat, I will tell you that. I'm sweating a good amount, so yeah, I'm hot. And it's not even that hot outside. It's like 80 degrees. It's actually pleasant, is what most people would say. But pleasant for me versus pleasant for other folks is not always the same thing. Let's flip back around.
Take a few minutes, but the picture is going to slowly appear on here.
The old school Polaroid camera.
It's super cool, and then I'll have a security.
Let's go see if we can see the mirror cats.
They're right up here.
People I don't actually see. They're probably like right here. We will wait our turn to cycle in. They're down at the bottom, so we're not going to waste time trying to fight through because they're all down at the bottom, but we'll get to see them again here in a couple minutes. I'm going to come around. Ooh, Dippin' Dots. Yeah, I wish Dippin' Dots wasn't $7. So when they do special events that have this cut-through trail right here that they'll open up, it makes it actually a whole lot nicer because you can cut straight through and get to like where the kangaroos are and where the other half of the loop is. Coming up here to the bottom, I was looking to see if there's any down here. People said they were down here. I'll actually see, okay. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to even see them. If I can shift around here and get you guys in the view where you can see them. Here they are. You guys might be able to see some movement back there. They're normally pretty close, so it kind of surprises me, but they're back there hanging out. Alright, we're not going to take too much time because again, like we talked about earlier, we have to come back through here again. So I'm not going to take too much time. There is a crane over here, or stork. Let's settle it, stork. Stork? He's just hanging out. Hoping he might turn or stand up. He might be able to do something.
Yep. Look at it.
Over here.
What?
I have multiple of them, so that's like, this one is the first day I've used this one. It seems to be working. I don't know. I mean, I do live streaming, so it's like you can't really hold it the whole time, just like that. So
I'm sure that's better if you like.
you think it's going to be heavy, and so you think your arm's going to get tired. You really don't, which is weird. So I don't know. It makes it smoother.
Yeah, cool.
Alright. Asking about the gimbal. Let's see. Usually what the people gravitate to, because not very many people are carrying around a phone with a stick on it. I'm keeping an eye out on my battery because I am down to 75%. I think it should be okay because, again, I'm not planning on doing a super long stream. Don't think I'll still be around by 10:45 for the animal show, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Ooh. So I will say, well, this app just seems like it runs better than Prism, and I like the metrics that it gives me and things like that. Over here, enjoy a minute of peace. Video view of the water. I was gonna try for a minute of peace, then zoom, but that didn't work out. Alright, we'll go up to the right. The way they made the kangaroo walkthrough, there's really no reason not to go up and to the right. Yeah, people typically, it's kind of a weird thing to be holding a gimbal. So I do understand why people typically will ask questions or give you interesting looks. I do my best not to get people purposefully within frame, but obviously as you walk there's some incidental that you get people, so I try to always make sure I'm not just like having the camera staring at the same person the whole time. But it's just kind of the way live streaming goes. Do not see the cassowary. Yeah, he is back there, but you guys definitely would not be able to see it.
The live animals together, that will help each other grow and develop and be good for your whole ecosystem.
Ooh, I like education. Alright, so this is, in my opinion, this is the highlight of the Nashville Zoo, because the kangaroo kickabout is better than almost all the other kangaroo walkthroughs that we've been to when it comes to the kangaroos being out, being active, you being able to see them, and then you get to pet them if they are on the... Are we waiting? Oh, gosh. Put a magnet on it.
Thank you.
I was like, that's neat. Like they put a magnet on that door, and so you have to push really heavily. But that one guy over here. That one hanging out over here. And so you just stay on the pathway, and you get to see them closer than you would normally ever be able to see kangaroos.
Look, there's one in the pack. Look at that one right there.
And we got kangaroo number 2. They got lots of kangaroos in here. Hey, buddy. I was like, they normally have really nice grass, but they obviously are working on the grass on this side, but it doesn't seem to bother the kangaroos. And then they hang out. So this is definitely one of the cooler things here. And then there's a guy up here that is standing, and there's a kangaroo on the path that people are petting, which I will not pet. He's gonna flip.
If you have any questions, just let me know.
Will do.
Right now, she's not in a spot where we can touch her. They don't like our as much as our dogs.
It's like, I just want to nap in the most inconvenient spot. So, still, let's see, they've got the magnets, so they added magnets to the outside doors, I think just to make sure that people don't leave them open, or they may have a kangaroo that has started, breaking through it, but that's new, that they have the magnetic gates. So if you come backwards on the trail, you have to walk all the way down, around, and then come all the way back up the hill, so that's why we always come this direction, coming this way. So we'll come up, we got a couple more good things this direction, because we got the big animal yard, and then we got the tigers. The tigers are very hit or miss. You might be good, you might not, it just depends. Oh, there's a keeper over here. That's different. But we'll see if we can see anything. It is a big yard, so a lot of times you can't really see much. But there's a storage. Okay, I see. There's a couple things right here.
It's definitely amazing. And Dottie back there, they're our zebras. And then Loki is our male eland. And then the little white dots you see on the crest of the hill, those are our bontabots. So they kind of hang out with that. I've noticed that. What are you feeding them? Just carrots and sweet potatoes. So they get a little bit of produce every day. We use it for training and then also for super chats, just to kind of get them to come closer and hang out. Usually Loki will come over here, but he was too busy raising, so he didn't want to come participate. That's a girly's term, which is honestly sad. This is why we come in the morning. All the animals are active. Yes. In the morning, and then after it rains is when you're going to find the animals most active. My mama goes, let's go in the afternoon. I'm like, no, we're going in the morning. It's cooler. It's cooler. They just got out. They just got fed. So we went and saw, like, the leopard, and he was, like, walking all around. Super excited. It's a good time to come to the zoo. An ostrich. It's a really good bird. And
Move on. So they do have a wilderness train for the kids. It's kind of lame. It just does a loop. It doesn't actually see any animals, and it's like a train on wheels, so it's not even really a train on real tracks. But yeah, people pay for it. People do it. I would not. We've done some lame trains at zoos before, but I think that's still the lamest of the trains that we've seen. Unfortunately. I wish it had actual tracks, or if you could just see animals from it, like if you were actually seeing a viewing area that you could not see otherwise, it would be good. But welcome in to anybody that's coming in and seeing. We are at the Nashville Zoo today. We've done probably about half of the zoo so far. I was testing out some technical things. Some of the technical things failed miserably, so hopefully you're still with us, you're still seeing us, you're still hearing us. I don't know. I'll find out later. But appreciate you coming in. Coming over here to the tigers. Hello. Good morning. He's over sitting in front of the glass. So we get to go inside and see him hanging out in front of the glass. It's usually actually pretty... This one's hit or miss, because if they're in front of the glass, it's good viewing. If they're not, a lot of times they're in the very back, and it's just not very good viewing of them. Okay. This is also, if I remember correctly, I think it's air conditioned in here, so, oh yes. Thank you, AC.
It's a big one.
Just hanging out in front of the glass. Alright, so we got to see him pretty well. Alright, we're going to stand in here for just a second because it is really nice and cool at the moment. I'm going to double check just to see if I'm actually still live or if I've been talking to myself this whole time. Oh, that's not the right button. I don't know. Nope, they're okay. We are still live. We're still live currently. Oof. Yeah, definitely am finding, I think, the SRT that I was using to push to OBS was using a whole lot less bandwidth in order to push and be comfortable with it, almost by half. So I think that's definitely one of the things that would also be an issue is the bandwidth hog. And if I can get to SRT, that'll help save bandwidth as well. Especially since I don't think I've had any internet. I'm going to check as we're walking here. Oh, doesn't look like it. No internet at the Nashville Zoo, it does not look like. We are going to take a break when we get down here because I need to run to the potty, and I'm going to see if I can get OBS back connected again. We'll play with it a little bit. So we'll see, because it's kind of weird because I'm sending this to the same exact source that OBS is sending to, so I'm kind of thrown why it's not working. I think it's the conflict that I have with having two sources as part of my problem. And the exit. Alright, here's the elevator. You can't actually see him. He is over there. He's hanging out. Alright. Out of here without running into somebody. It did boost up the input gain just to see, because I don't know if I try not to talk loud. I try to just talk towards the camera, but I don't know. We'll see. I've boosted it, so I'll have to remember to test that when I rewatch to see if the second half was too loud. Let's see. They had a new food. It says down here. Got a new little one. I do not see them out though. Oh, I do actually see them. Probably. There he is. She's throwing out good stuff. That's why they're coming. We'll see. We'll hang out here and see if they come. He's like, I don't know about that. Here he comes. He's like, ooh, breakfast. He's hanging out, eating breakfast. Welcome in, anybody that's watching. Hope you're having a good day. This has been mostly a test stream for today. Had some definite problems, but managed to stream some. Somebody else is going to come out. The door is open. And there's some noises, but he looks a little bit skittish. Alright, buddy. Enjoy your breakfast. Alright, let's go see if we can go find the elusive Indian bear, because and when I say elusive, I mean, you don't ever really see him unless they're right up against the glass, but we shall see. Let's see. I'm guessing nothing. Nope. They're usually way in the back is the problem, so. Alright, well, we're going to take the opportunity here to pause and see if I can get OBS working again. So, I'm going to go offline for a minute or two. If it fails, we'll come back here. If not, we'll, let me just, so it'll be the last thing on here. Alright, I think we're back. I think. We're gonna play around a minute here to see, just to make sure that all my connections are here. I think I'm back, and I think I'm back with OBS, which is what I wanted. Just want to see here. Alright, let's see what the delay is. Alright, so I think we're rocking and rolling now. Again, back on SRT connection, which again, was kind of just a test out there. Alright, so with that said, of course, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a potty break. So I will be back here in a moment or so. Let me actually go ahead and head towards the potty, and then I'll... Actually, what I may try to do... Yeah, we'll just do a full off, and then we'll come back. So, stand by. Continue to hang out with us. The standby stream should come up, and then I should be back here in a minute. Again, the standby stream should come up. should be back, I'm hoping. Again, we will see, and I will double test around to see if we're back. Are we back? I don't know. I don't know if we are. Yes, it does look like we're back. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. I froze back at guinea pig. I'm still at guinea pig. See if I can actually see that chat. Okay. Alright, so guinea pig. The favorite part. I should not be frozen now. My audio still stayed boosted. Yes, it did. Okay. Alright, so we're still off working on the bottom loop of the zoo. Let me just double check here. Yeah, we're moving away. I think the latency is better when I'm running SRT, but it's definitely the biggest difference is the bandwidth usage. I think that's the biggest difference, at least I'm seeing, is that it's a whole lot less bandwidth that's needed. But we're back. We're running. Again, technical problems, technical testing today was definitely on the heavy side. Yeah, I never did see a bear. Unfortunately, this is the MO of the zoo. Is that you never actually see these bears, sadly. And we've been to zoos where you do, like there where you can see them and you do get to interact with them a fair amount. So I don't know what's with their bears, but something gooey that's now on the bottom of my shoe. Up high. Oh, okay. I kind of missed him. Rhinoceros hornbill. Actually see both of them. Just thinking one of them might fly again because that one on the top's kind of looking like he might want to come down. Nope. Okay. Let's go see if we can see red pandas or clouded leopards. Maybe inside due to weather conditions, not cold weather, just weather conditions. Let's see. Oh, I don't see them at all. There's normally at least somebody in here hanging out at the very top, just sleeping. Oh, hold on, there he is. Camouflage. That's camouflage right there. Alright, we're gonna try and be crazy here. Let me see if I can get to. actually used the extension pole on the gimbal. Alright. Let's see if there's red pandas. It didn't sound like there was. There's a squirrel. Hey, Mr. Squirrel. There's a squirrel enjoying breakfast down here, but no red pandas. But this area does tend to be hit or miss when it comes to that. Sometimes you got people, sometimes you don't. But it's also not going to be out. I'm like, I know it's hot, but it's not that hot this morning. No. Well, there's one. We got one way up there. I think they're hanging out way, and then I guess there's one in the back over here. But he's way up there. Let's see if there's any red ruffs. The ringtails were way back there, but we can see if the red ruffs are around. Let's see. You can hopefully see these guys because they're not. See, and this is the disappointment of the Nashville Zoo, because sometimes you go through sections and you just don't see anything. I don't think I'm missing them. Hold on. Guess what? He is like way down here underneath us. He's hanging out. I don't remember if he's a Burrusa, whatever that is. I'm not good with the names. But, alright, let's see if the red ruffs are over here. I do see a couple of them. They've got better shade than the ringtails do, but they're all just sleeping away. Lazy bones. I mean, it is a Saturday morning, I don't blame them. It's only 10 o'clock here. Maybe 11 o'clock elsewhere, but 10 o'clock here. Alright. Head on. This is the cougar / mountain lion / whatever you want to call it. They're usually up at the top, but it actually does look like there might be one down on the left. You can actually see it. That's not very often. You get a nice treat to be able to see. Just hanging out. Looking at something. Alright. Onward we go. We're probably 2/3 around this part of the loop, so we're probably getting closer around towards the end. I know I was trying to, again, keep this stream shorter because it was much more of just kind of a test overall. The main thing I have learned is I know SR2 does tend to be using less bandwidth, or it's capable of less bandwidth. I don't know, maybe it's just my home internet connection can't accept as much bandwidth, but it seems like it works pretty well. The issue I've actually had has been with OBS, which is very possibly my computer at home because I'm running on probably 6-7-year-old technology. But we're going to go across the rope bridge since you guys are with us. Don't normally come this way. They have changed this because this used to be actual ropes that you walked on, and now it's like 2 planks. But, as we go across the rope bridge, I don't look down, I don't like heights, I don't like swinging things. I do this for you guys, Oh gosh. This thing swings pretty heavy too. Okay, let me get to the other side. Don't like this. Don't like this. Okay. We're back. That is, I mean, that's a good update because it had been ropes in the middle and they were getting worn. Alright, so now we got some more monkeys. I got the spider monkeys. That one right here. Just gonna walk away from us right as we come over here. Dude, why aren't you looking over here? Monkey. So, funny story, at one time, the Nashville Zoo tickets, depending on which one you got, it was actually a picture that I had taken, that I had posted, that they emailed me and requested if they could use it for the ticket, which was kind of cool. I don't think they're still using it. I don't know. They might actually be, because it was of a spider monkey. And it did actually have on the ticket, I know Rebecca has one that she got right after we got married, just so that she could see it. I don't know if they even use tickets anymore, but... Hey, buddy. He's a swinging. Hey, patriotism. Hope you're having a good day. It's been a fun day so far here at the zoo. Probably not going to go much longer, but thanks for dropping in, saying hi. It makes me feel better because then I actually know that there's someone in the chat and I'm not talking to myself. So I appreciate it. The good news is it does look like my chat overlay actually works pretty well. So that was one of my worries about using this other app instead of Prism, was that there wasn't anything with built-in chat. With this one, because it doesn't have a built-in chat for YouTube, it has a built-in chat for like Twitch, which I'm not going to stream to. At least I'm not planning on streaming to right now. If I had a good enough computer and a good enough internet connection at home, I might consider trying to stream to more than just YouTube. Maybe YouTube and Facebook someday, but for now, we're sticking with YouTube just because it's what I know. Or don't know. I don't know. I will say, Instagram, my Instagram has taken off a lot more than my Facebook has, so we'll see. I don't know. Things can change. So we went through spider monkeys. There is the porcupines are up here on the right. They're usually a little bit hard to see. It looks like there must be something on the trail up here because there's one in this. Maybe it's a snake. That's a lizard. Let's see if we can see the porcupines. They're usually, so they're usually hard to see. You guys might be able to see them. Ooh, I got zoom there. It's going to be blurry, but they're back there in that den. Alright, we'll continue moving on. Yeah, my bandwidth tends to, it seems like it varies a whole lot more hitting my home connection than it did direct to YouTube. It's two different protocols, so I don't really know what the expectation is. I'm interested to see what it looks like from a watcher perspective when I rewatch the stream, but I don't know. We'll find out. Again, this was a test, so you guys get to be the guinea pigs if you were here. Oh no, the guinea pigs we got to see earlier. But you guys are the guinea pigs. Yeah, my Fossabot automatic chat is probably a little bit too quick on the draw when it comes to messaging after chat. Probably only need a little bit more interaction before I send it again. Alright, so this is the tapir, which is, oh gosh, you're not going to be able to see him. He's way back there in the back. We'll try the pinch. That gray blob is him. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see him. That is the one thing I have not, I'm still yet to find a app that actually supports the third camera on the Galaxy phone that's the 10x camera. Supports the ultra-wide on the front, or the ultra-wides on the back, but not the 10x, which I'm like, that to me is the big piece. But I can go hang out with the flamingos for a minute. Hang out with the flamingos. We are getting closer to the end of our journey together. Coming back around the back side of the zoo, so there's a couple more animals to see. I guess I might try the unseen world, mainly just because OBS is working, so that would be a good test for if I completely lose signal, what it does, because I will completely lose signal in the unseen world. My exposure reset. Trying to keep the exposure lower since it's a bright day. You can see all of them in the shade. Hey, buddy. This is another one of what I would call Nashville's staple good environments, is the flamingos and kangaroos. Probably the two big ones for the Nashville Zoo. As we saw with the kangaroos, you know, we got to walk through. We could have waited for that guy to roll over and we could have pet him. But then the flamingos, the big thing about it is they're always out. You can always see them, and it doesn't smell. The smell is usually one of the biggest problems. Alright, we are bypassing the critter encounter. I will kind of show real quick, if you have kids, you can go in and pet goats. It is a good area over there, but it's full of children, so, and again, I try to be respectful of people with kids, so I try my hardest not to get people's kids as much on stream as I can help it. So, being a kids area, I'm not to go. And a giant fan. Oh, that feels good. I wish I could stand there for a second. So it looks like they got a bunny rabbit. Oh no?
I have some of his insectivore diet here, which is basically a bug cereal. He's much more interested in digging around and foraging, which I am all for, getting those natural behaviors.
It's an armadillo. A little armadillo. Whew. Yeah, I gotta work on my chat automation stuff, because I really don't need it to repeat itself unless there's actual chat going on. It's also kind of a weird setup on that side. But hey, my main thing is I'm just glad I can actually see the chat. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go into the unseen world. Historically, I have only ever streamed here one other time. Historically, the unseen world is going to be a zero signal area. So this is 100% just a test. I am going to double check to see, because I don't remember if they had guest Wi-Fi in there or not. So I'm going to check before I walk in. It does look like there's guest Wi-Fi. So it looks like we got bonded Wi-Fi connection. We're going to try it. If we go away, just bear with us. Also, about the if you guys are got me in the red. green and the red and the yellow, so we'll see what happens when the signal is trying. Jellies. There's some kind of seed jellies. Old school TV snow, I like that. I'd rather old school TV snow than losing it completely. Like, can you see better now? It looks like the signal's better. But I'm on full Wi-Fi at the moment. I'm not gonna wait in line to see things. Yeah, it went fully through Wi-Fi, so I'm currently not using any cellular, so. But at least it came fast. Again, I'd rather the old school snow versus nothing, so we'll see. It's kind of busy with my biggest issue when it comes to signal.
You saw Montalbano, but it... Oh, yeah.
Not actually zoomed all the way out, so that was part of the reason the image was blurry. Probably going faster through here than I need to be, because it does seem like the connection is okay at the moment now that I'm on more dedicated Wi-Fi. I guess the Wi-Fi must be this direction. Stingrays. I'm not going to spend too much time in here again because I know my signal is not the best. So, but it was a decent test. It seemed like once it gave up on cellular, it did take a second. Once it gave up on cellular and went back to Wi-Fi, it was okay. Because right now it's got nothing. It's going to re-trigger all the auto chats that I've got to take care of, but I'll fix those later. That's a later problem. Okay, going back outside. Hey, that was pretty smooth. I think that was about as smooth as you could get, transition-wise. So Rebecca, did you see, were you on earlier when I did the leopard, or not the leopard area, yeah, the leopard forest? If you're still watching? When I did that? Because I did that first thing. I mean, I can go walk back up there again if you want me to, but I don't know, you're probably getting close to heading toward church. Oh, you're still asleep, so you haven't showered? Are you going to shower before you go to church? Because isn't that at 11? Oh, you're about to leave. Okay. Well, because I thought I would come that way. Like, I'm not that hot and sweaty, so I can probably get away with helping out. So once I'm done here, I'll come that direction. It's kind of, it's not really on the way home, but it's kind of. But you can get the, oh, here's a actual close mirror cat.
Oh, let's go.
Granted, where I'm not that hot and sweaty at the moment, by the time I get into the truck and get to church, that will probably change. Because I also did not park the truck in the garage. My mistake, I should have put it in the garage. Because the garage would have definitely been cooler by now, where it's going to be a hot box. They didn't even roll the windows down, so it's going to be awful. But I figure I'll go hang out in the gift shop for a little bit before I head out. But hey, nobody cares if I'm a little bit sweaty. I don't really know what I would be helping with anyway, and it probably wouldn't be front-facing people or something, so. Let's go see some meerkats from up here. Got the mirrors cats. Okay. So we'll run this and see the two larger monkeys they have, and then we'll be calling it. We'll be headed out. We'll walk around the gift shop a little bit too. Again, just to cool down. I see one, so there's a sign way up there. There's two of them. They're actually both up there. You might be able to see them, might not. I'll go play with my compensation again to see if I can get it. Yeah, I can kind of see them up there. I can see some movement.
There's more! It's the same one, baby.
I'm gonna go around. Let's see if we can see the gibbons. See if we can see the signing from this angle. Might be a little bit better. Yeah, you can see him. The little black dot. There's a little black dot there. See him? But it's definitely getting to the heat time of the day when it comes to the I can't even think when it comes to the day when it's getting hot. It's only 10:30 here, but it's already getting to the heat part of the day. I don't see them. Sometimes they like to hide at the very tops, but they might also be on the back side of the island. They were out this morning, so I did miss them technically. Technically missed them. Alright, well we'll go walk through the gift shop for a minute. Then we will head out. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles everywhere. We'll go hit the gift shop. So that was the Nashville Zoo. Hope anybody that was watching enjoyed hanging out with us, with me, There's none in us. It was just me. Yeah, I will say the leopard trail thing is pretty good. It's just kind of confusing to a certain extent because they have 2 different types of leopards, but hello. Morning. So now the fun is, let's go look at all the stuffed animals that they don't actually have at the zoo. So they don't have lions. They don't have, is this a pig? Yes, that's just a pig. They don't have pigs. They don't have elephants. They don't have wolves. They don't have an octopus. They do have red pandas. They don't have any, well, they have tortoises, but they don't have sea turtles. There's another set of pigs. They do have alligators. They do not have a polar bear. They do not have koalas. They don't have a porcupine. Let's see, yeah, so it's the wall of things that they... Oh, they do have a pig at the farm. You are right. You're right. I forget that there is technically a pig at the farm. But they got a whole bunch of pigs. They don't have penguins. They don't have bat-eared fox. Yeah. This is one of our... This is one of our pet peeves about zoos, and it's not really a pet peeve, it's just when 90% of the stuffies are animals that they don't actually have, and then they don't actually have the stuffies of the animals that they have is the frustration, because we always buy one every time we go to a new zoo. Oh, he's Finnick. Okay, well that's, yeah. And you also don't know what's behind the scenes and stuff, but they have an animal care. These actually aren't that bad, but I bet they're expensive. I didn't see the actual price of those, but sometimes they have stuff on sale, so I figured I'd come in here and look. They don't actually have any Nashville Zoo memorabilia or anything. Open, and they've gone to self-checkout like everybody. Lots of these little shops have done that, though. Okay, well, that's it. We'll walk the rest of the way out. Well, I guess let me do one more little lap around this area, mainly just because the more I cool down in here, the more maybe I won't sweat in the truck. That's probably not going to happen, but I have ornaments, mugs. I don't really like that mug with the Tennessee flag. It's kind of cool, but it's a little bit too much Tennessee flagish and not enough zooish. See, those mugs are better. I do like those mugs, but I don't drink enough coffee, and most of my mugs are just random mugs, and I don't want to pay for mugs. Okay, let's head out. I'm going to go back to the main camera here. Alright, so I'm going to walk out, and then I will stop you guys once we get out the main gates. And then we will see where I go to next, but you guys won't be with me, so I appreciate you guys hanging out, dealing with any of the technical issues. It was definitely a technical learning day. I do like the SRT, I do like the OBS, but I definitely need to have a backup in case it's not working to be able to manually send it, which wasn't too bad. I was able to switch to that pretty easily. It's just any lapse in time is when you lose people. If you're offline for more than 2 seconds, people are going to drop and find another stream to watch. So it's just how it goes. But alright, so looks like the line for the sign. I was going to try to do a selfie with the sign, but I'm not going to do that because the line is too long. So we're going to come here. You guys are going to get to look at me for a second. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Talk to you later. Have fun. Have a good day. Enjoy the day. And we will maybe see later throughout